here we are, beautiful Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Jonathan Thomas, CEO of American Century Investments. Kansas City, a company very near and dear to our heart, as we're from Kansas City as well. So first off, Jonathan, just kind of talk about the Kansas City involvement here in this tournament here in Lake Tahoe, the 36th American Century. And we got Travis Kelce here. Justin Reed, former chief, is here. Jason Kelce, we've kind of adopted him as well. So there's a lot of Kansas City flair here.
Yeah, don't forget Mike Vrabel and Rob Riggle, both those guys as well. I know Vrabel's moved on to the Pats, but he definitely has Kansas City heritage, and we do over-index to Kansas City for sure here. Were you guys at the karaoke last night?
No, we really want to be. We want to be next year.
Okay, well, you got to come to that, but Kansas City shows up strong for all the guys that perform for that.
Absolutely. And talk to us about the charity that this is kind of all for, the Stowers Institute, and helping prevent diseases and curing diseases as well.
Yeah, so there's two kind of charitable stories here that's going on. One is the event itself. We raised about $8 million so far that we give out to local and national charities as a result of the tournament. On top of that, American Century, as part of our operating business model, we direct over 40% of our profits each and every year to medical research to find cures for cancer and other gene-based diseases. And over the last 25 years, that's amounted to more than $2.2 billion to medical research. And that supports, 520 scientists in Kansas City doing, global, cutting-edge, leading science that's really putting us on the map as a thought leader in the country.
Well, this is the 36th annual event. Just talk about how big this has gotten over the years. I mean, it started back in 1990, and now we have some of the best collection of celebrity players in the world that you'll ever see in one stage here, and just how important that is. We got over 70,000 fans, I think, expected this weekend, and just what that means kind of to American Century and to you and the entire event.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I've been involved for 20 years, and 20 years ago, this was a hot dog and potato chip event. We struggled to get guys here. You could walk freely around the grounds. There weren't a lot of people. You fast forward 20 years. Last year we had about 80,000. They're thinking 84,000 this year. We sold out on Friday, Saturday. Yesterday, Thursday for the practice round, I've never seen anything like it. And it just serves as an amazing platform for us to tell our story. Why do you do this? And from a branding perspective, pretty much everybody now knows the name American Century. They may not know that we're doing investment management, mutual funds, ETFs, IRAs, but this has been an incredibly important platform. And the support we get from Kansas City, there's not a lot of groups we let in here. I have a local radio station in here from Kansas City. We have you guys, but for the most part, everything else is a national platform. So we definitely over-index towards KC.
Absolutely. We love that. And talk to us about some of the mainstays that come here, whether it's Jack Wagner, Jim McMahon, Joe Theismann's been here a long time, and just how perfect Lake Tahoe is for this setting.
Yeah, so it is an amazing place. Years ago, we used to do everything indoors, and the weather's been so phenomenal for the last decade or so. We do everything outdoors with no plan B. But yeah, you talk about the long-term guys. Jack Wagner and Jim McMahon have been here for 36 years, which is unbelievable. Marcus Allen is right up there with him. Joe Theismann's really close. I've just missed one or two along the way. But, for them, it's pretty exciting, too. And, they helped us build this tournament. Their names, their brands are very closely associated with who we are and what we do, and they know our story. So it's, the longer we can get, create this family feel and having people understand what American Century does, the better off this event serves our goal of helping investors and creating a healthier world for all of us.
Well, there's a story from yesterday we'd love to hear more about. You played with Steph Curry out there on the practice round, and, I guess I could say, who won that round? How did we do against Steph? He's pretty good player. He's been on the match a couple times on ESPN. So how'd that round go with Steph yesterday?
Well, first and foremost, there's about a dozen folks out here that could win this tournament. There's, that are really in the hunt. The other 78, are just kind of what you might call hit and giggle. But, Steph's definitely in the hunt. He's a player. But beyond his skill on the field, what I really admire and love about having him out here is his character, his integrity, his values. He's just an amazing ambassador to us. He's kind to the people that he had the opportunity to golf with. He's kind to the fans. And, here you have one of the greatest athletes that's ever walked on the planet Earth, and he's so grounded. It's incredible.
Now, talk to us about kind of what the experience this is for the fans. I know you've got fantasy golf that's kind of brought them into it as well. They get to kind of pick their teams and who's going to have the best finish. So talk to about how important that is for this.
Yeah, so we started this fantasy golf thing several years ago. It's pretty cool. It really does engage thousands and thousands of people. What they get to do for each day, they get to build their own team from 5 different tiers. So they have a team for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Each day we pick a winner. The winner for next year will get an all-expense-paid trip out here to Lake Tahoe, and then they can switch their teams every single day. But in the overall winner, whoever has the best score after the 3 days, even if they swap the teams around, not only do they get a trip out here, they also get $10,000 to be directed to the charity of their choice. So it's been a great engagement tool, and it's got a lot of people really focused, just like fantasy football or something like that. There's a lot of competition going on. I went to Shawnee Mission South High School, graduated from there in 1981, and I have a whole bunch of classmates that they pretty high stakes. They all play this game as well, and they have their own private fantasy golf going on as well. Very cool.
We just got in the media pool. We're hoping for the best, and we'll see. Last thing, Jonathan, before we let you go and kind of enjoy the day as it's getting started here, is where fans can find it. I mean, I know a lot of this airs on Peacock and NBC Sports, and just kind of how that partnership has been beneficial because, Peacock launching a couple years ago to be able to get a lot of this event on there and also on NBC Sports, just how important that's been for you guys.
Yeah, I think we have 11 hours of live airtime between today and the weekends, which is really fantastic. NBC has been an amazing partner, candidly. The genius of John Miller and Gary Quinn have made this thing better every year. I look at how that's been rolling along, and we just could not be happier with the outcome. They've been amazing partners for us to work with.
Thanks so much, Jonathan. Can't wait to see how things shake out. Marty Fish wins last year. It's all open this year. We'll see how it goes, man.
It'll be one of those 12, I can tell you that. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.